World champions collide as Mikaela Mayer faces Chantelle Cameron in a unified title fight. Plus, the unbeaten Caroline Dubois defends her belts. It's a night of World Championship Boxing. Live August 29th on Fight Sports Max.
Two elite champions, two very different styles, and one massive night for women's boxing. On August 29th, Chantelle Cameron and Mikaela Mayer are set to collide in a matchup that has all the ingredients of a tactical war. Cameron brings the experience of becoming an undisputed champion and the confidence of being the only woman to defeat Katie Taylor as a professional. Mayer brings Olympic experience, world titles in multiple weight classes, and a style built around size, timing, combinations, and intelligent pressure. This isn't simply another championship fight. It is a meeting between two fighters who have already proven themselves at the highest level, and now they have the chance to settle another major question. Whose style will ultimately prevail?
The WBC, WBA, and WBO unified super welterweight titles on the line. Thank you.
The stakes could hardly be bigger. Cameron and Mayer are competing at 154 pounds, with the opportunity to establish themselves as the leading force in the division. For Cameron, another major victory would strengthen her claim as one of Britain's finest fighters and show that the setback against Katie Taylor did not derail her career.
You've taken away from this whole experience, this camp, back with Jamie, this fight, what would be the biggest lesson you've taken from it?
I've had so much fun being back with Jamie and Nigel. It's been great, it's been real fun, but I do need to improve because I want the big names now again. I feel like I won the world title tonight, but I think I deserve a big name now. I think I've waited, I won the world title again, and yeah, I think to move forward I do need the opponents to dance with and get back up on that pound for pound number top three.
Well, we're looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Chantelle, just to ask about the Mikaela fight. Obviously, like we spoke about, you've lobbied for 3-minute rounds for a long time. You had that experience tonight. If a Mikaela fight was to happen, I don't know what her stance is, 2 minutes or 3 minutes, does it matter to you if that fight gets made, or does it have to be 3 minutes because that's what we've wanted for so long?
I'd love it to be 3-minute rounds, and I think Mikaela will do 3-minute rounds as well. I think she's got the work rate, and I think she'll do 3-minute rounds, and it'll be a shame to go back to twos. It's kind of like going backwards.
Chantelle, congratulations on another world title. Nikisa said that maybe the potential of the Mikaela Mayer fight will be to go over to the US and have that fight over there. We still saw you go into Ireland and fight Katie Taylor. Mikaela Mayer being a 3-weight world champion, would that surpass the challenge of going to Ireland to fight Katie Taylor, whereas going to Mikaela Mayer's backyard, would that surpass going to Ireland?
Obviously, I'd love to fight in the UK, but Mikaela Mayer is the champ at 147, so I'll go where I've got to go.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
For Mayer, this is another opportunity to prove that she belongs among the very best fighters of her generation after successfully moving through several weight classes. The August 29th fight represents more than another name on the resume. It could define the next stage of both women's careers.
Yeah, so you were worried about it. I really wasn't worried about it. Yeah, there were some hiccups when it came to like me having to vacate my WBC belt in order to go 3-minute rounds, and then a couple things, but nothing like completely like where it made me think the fight wouldn't happen. I know me and Chantelle, we've talked about getting the fight done for years. We've always been cool through social media, so I wasn't concerned about her not wanting the fight, and yeah, we got it done.
Cameron's journey to this point has been built on patience, discipline, and a willingness to take difficult fights. She became a 2-time English national champion and later turned professional in 2017. Her rise accelerated when she captured the WBC super lightweight title in 2020 before eventually unifying all 4 major belts. By defeating fighters such as Mary McGee, Victoria Bustos, and Jessica McCaskill, Cameron established herself as an elite champion rather than simply a talented contender. What makes Cameron so difficult is the combination of pressure and intelligence. She isn't simply walking forward throwing punches. Cameron uses her jab to close distance, works behind combinations, attacks the body, and constantly looks for ways to make her opponent fight at an uncomfortable pace. Her performance against Victoria Bustos was a perfect example. Cameron controlled the fight from beginning to end, used straight punches and counters, attacked the body, and even found success with the uppercut. Her pressure is effective because it is supported by technique and ring control. Cameron's resume contains several fights that explain why Mayer has such a difficult challenge ahead. Against Mary McGee in 2021, Cameron won a unanimous decision and unified major titles in a fight billed as the road to undisputed. She then dominated Victoria Bustos, winning every round on the judges' cards.
On the road to the best performers take the chances when they're presented. Cameron to add the IBF title. A jab that changed into a left hook and then follows up with a right hand. That inside the first 45 seconds with right hand fight felt the speed of Cameron.
On the dice with his right hands.
Would box on the back foot, but they were
determined using the jab a lot. Looking to catch and counter now. Good right hand for Cameron.
Important punch, such a pivotal punch for Cameron here. Clicks McGee on the way in with a right hand.
Good hook, double it up. Double it up. Maneuver up like this. And he's also had the close one. Good right hand and good exchange here.
On the road to undisputed, the second of them coming up in November. Again, good probing work with the left hand by Cameron.
She's being busy.
Left hand, even when it's not landing, it still is having an effect because and being made to avoid the pace and the pattern of the fight. And we were saying earlier in the evening how Mark Tibbs and Jimmy Tibbs have such prowess, simple, straightforward messages to Cameron, who works away on the inside, though gets caught once it then here, and she fancies the tail up on the top here, and McGee's
good body work
of her career. And these are the fight. Another one of the messages from Jamie Moore, beat her to the punch. But McGee here is flat. Well, Mary McGee can't afford to play it safe, according to Carlos Jones, for the games themselves, and beat the goal to the head, and McGee stands most forward.
Against Jessica McCaskill in 2022, Cameron completed another major step toward becoming undisputed. But the defining moment came against Katie Taylor in May 2023. Cameron defeated Taylor by majority decision in Dublin, handing the Irish superstar the first professional defeat of her career.
Good body shot. It's Cameron who's landing the body shots, Alicia. Good hook upstairs from Katie.
Great body shot from Katie.
Toe-to-toe action here, back and forth.
And listen to the response of every success for Taylor.
Gas cut from Katie Taylor. Chin up in the air, Katie gets caught, but comes back with two shots.
Taylor gets through with the right hand and then the left hook, and Cameron comes straight.
Put the head off the line after she landed a shot. That's better.
The final 40 seconds. The uppercut goes through once
Big
again.
uppercut. Might be swaying these judges. Look at this toe-to-toe action. 20 seconds left.
And still, the undisputed super lightweight.
But Cameron's story isn't only about winning. 6 months after defeating Taylor, she faced her again in a rematch, and this time came up short by majority decision. That defeat cost Cameron her undisputed super lightweight titles, but it also became an important chapter in her development. Rather than allowing the loss to define her, Cameron rebuilt herself and returned to championship contention. Her comeback has demonstrated that she can deal with adversity, make adjustments, and continue competing at an elite level. Now she gets another opportunity to prove that the Taylor defeat was a setback, not the end of her championship story.
Yes, and she's doing that. She's slipping on heads already, Mike, and I think I'm starting to see a little bit of swelling on Cameron's forehead.
And the last motion from trainer Ross Enemy. Keep moving the head, keep moving the legs was the instruction.
Cameron switching up. Katie does
first round. Brilliant work in defense also from Taylor. End of the round.
that so far. Cameron coming on strong now, putting a lot of pressure. Good shot to the body. Katie trying to fight back on the inside.
Cameron slowed down the older Katie Taylor.
Katie's having great success with her left hand. She's finishing up her compensations with a jab all the time, and it's the last punch that's landing.
Yeah, she's bringing her feet in, really smart stuff. Just following Katie around the ring a little bit too.
So on Barry Jones's card, Cameron has to win all three of these rounds just to get a draw.
Big moment here for Cameron. Her and Katie to the body, coming with the uppercut on the inside. Control, right hand.
Big shot.
What a response from Katie.
She's going to get counted every time.
He's their hero on the way to a famous victory.
And she repays them with...
They're driving her forward into the last 40 seconds. What a fight!
Mayer's style is built around her physical dimensions, timing, and technical fundamentals. Her jab is one of her most important weapons because it allows her to establish distance and set up the straight right hand and combinations behind it. She can box from range, use angles, and counter, but she has also shown that she can become the aggressor when necessary. Her fights against Jennifer Hahn and Sandy Ryan demonstrated how effectively she can use the jab to control exchanges and build combinations. Mayer's evolution has been particularly interesting because she is no longer simply an outside boxer. She has become increasingly comfortable pressing forward and forcing opponents to fight at her pace. Mayer's resume is filled with fights against high-level opposition. She defeated Ava Brodnicka to win her first major world title and then faced Maiva Hamadish in one of the most demanding fights of her career. She later fought Alicia Baumgardner in a highly competitive unification bout, although Mayer lost that fight by split decision. After moving up in weight, she faced Natasha Jonas and suffered another narrow split decision defeat. But Mayer responded by rebuilding her career at welterweight, defeating Sandy Ryan to capture the WBO title and then beating Ryan again in the rematch. She followed that with a major victory over Mary Spencer at 154 pounds.
68, so practically half of her power shots were landed in that round. You gotta pay the price.
Oh, another right hand. Mayer got to keep that left hand up.
Oh, nice counter there from Mikaela Mayer.
Just to create space for herself to let her hands go.
She's got Ryan reaching momentarily.
Ryan has to keep her hands clear to let her hands go. Oh, another big left hook.
Follows it by a right and then takes a right from Mikaela. Mayer slowed down and she took a nice right hand from Sandy Ryan. Another right-left combination.
Watch your elbow, watch your elbow.
Uh-oh, now what Ryan's doing now, she's getting her distance, and now she's staying mid-range, and she's not smothering her work. She's pushing off and extremely close, and she's making Mikaela work. Mikaela's getting off right now. She's getting off while she's backing up. Good shots right there from Mikaela.
There you go.
Nice combination, punching left hooks from Mikaela Mayer.
Mikaela got to keep turning that corner. She's standing in front of a puncher. Ryan's going to have success. She's not missing with that right hand. That's 3 right hands in a row landed by Ryan, the champion.
164, 509
Good
for
right hand.
Ryan. Mikaela, 1 landed less, and doesn't really matter.
On the hook with the strong puncher. With the
big left hook now from Mikaela Mayer. Equalizes the situation here. Lands another left to the jaw of Maiva Amadouche as round number 3 is coming to an end.
The losses to Alicia Baumgardner and Natasha Jonas also tell us something about Mayer. Against Baumgardner, Mayer experienced the frustration of a very close fight being decided by split decision. Against Jonas, she again came up short by split decision while challenging for the IBF welterweight title.
Back earlier, a little reunion of trainers was saying that if Mikaela Mayer. Lots of feints in there, leading with the right hand. Good defense though from Mayer.
Behind the job.
Body shots from Baumgardner and Mayer in Vegas was a right thriller, wasn't it? Yeah, I think that was one of the fights of the year, wasn't it? That's the technical skills, and now they go. That was Baumgardner.
That's how she come in lovely there behind a double jab, then landed a lovely right hand and brought the left hook in as well. I thought that was the best round from
Always, that's closing the space, but Alicia Baumgardner has lost that.
This week, she just had the it factor. Baumgardner back in her place.
But instead of remaining stuck at those setbacks, Mayer changed direction, moved forward, and continued climbing through the divisions. Her victories over Sandy Ryan showed a more aggressive and active version of Mayer, while her performance against Mary Spencer demonstrated that she could carry that style into the 154-pound division.
There you go, double that, double that. All right, there you go. Keep working, Taylor. Bumper. There you go. Add the right on it. There you go, good. There you go, that's it. Touch the body again. Keep stepping to me, Taylor. Right there. Use the other hand. Left. There you go. There you go, breathe, Taylor. Work. There you go, right there, Taylor. Good. Work, Taylor. Turn. Keep working. Bumper. There you go, keep working. Showing up in the shoulders, Taylor. There you go. Work, Taylor. Work.
So when we put Cameron and Mayer side by side, the contrast becomes fascinating. Cameron is naturally comfortable making a fight physical, closing distance, working the body, and maintaining pressure. Mayer has traditionally been more comfortable controlling distance with the jab, using her reach and movement, and choosing when to engage. Cameron wants Mayer to feel her pressure. Mayer wants Cameron to spend the fight trying to solve the distance problem. It is pressure against positioning, inside work against outside boxing, physicality against timing, and sustained activity against calculated combinations. The fighter who imposes her preferred range could take control of the fight. Experience is difficult to separate between these two. Cameron has competed in undisputed championship fights and has already experienced both sides of an elite rivalry with Katie Taylor. She knows what it feels like to fight under enormous pressure and to deal with the emotional consequences of a major defeat. Mayer has the experience of the Olympics, world title unification fights, close decisions, multiple weight classes, and major championship battles against fighters such as Baumgardner, Jonas, Ryan, and Spencer. In other words, neither fighter is entering unfamiliar territory. Both have already been tested, and both have demonstrated the ability to adapt.
It's a no-brainer because any division that I go to at this point, I'm shooting for the champion. Like, they're the goal for me because that's where I am in my career. Like, that's where I feel like I'm in my prime, and I built my career to the point where it only would take a few fights for me to be a top contender and challenger and obvious contender for the world champion. So, there's definitely politics involved when it comes to boxing, but I have every intention of going up against Katie Taylor before I jump to 140. With that said, if the opportunity comes to fight Chantelle at 140 before the opportunity comes for Katie Taylor, I might go in that direction too. I'm at the point where I want to take on the biggest possible challenges. I'm going to go where the big fights are. I'm going to go where the rivalries are and where the fans want to see the fights and where I'm wanted. So we'll just see. But yeah, absolutely. Every champion is on my hit list. Like, that's what I want for my career, for sure.
For Cameron, the mission should be clear. Close the distance without walking into Mayer's jab. If Cameron can cut off the ring, attack the body, force Mayer toward the ropes, and make the fight physical, she can potentially take away Mayer's biggest advantages.
Yeah, I can't wait. I've been waiting for a name like Mayer for a long time. I had my eyes set on her for so long, and someone could get my teeth stuck into, and these sort of names bring the best out of me. Like, I wouldn't be complacent either. I never look beyond my opponent, so I was focused on what I had in front of me because anything can happen in boxing. You can have a bad night, like, it happens, it's boxing, it's sport. So I was focused on my job that I had to do, but my team didn't even tell me that Mayer was coming because it's one of them things where I don't need to know. It's like, it's irrelevant really. Until like the fight's done, win, lose, draw, then you can move on to the next. But when you're on a fight week, you should focus on what's in front of you. I think she looks great, she looks strong, and I think she's improved as a boxer, but I love that. I'm going to beat the best version of Mayer. I wouldn't want to beat a version of Mayer that's maybe not as good as what she is now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I like the fact that I'm going to be getting the best.
For Mayer, the priority is controlling the space. Her jab needs to be active, her feet need to remain disciplined, and she cannot allow Cameron to establish a comfortable rhythm at close range. Mayer also needs to avoid spending too much time trapped on the ropes. If she can make Cameron reset repeatedly and force her to chase, Mayer's speed, timing, and combination punching could become decisive.
Yeah, yesterday was okay, but today's been really long, really long. I slept for like 3 hours last night, but it's all worth it. It's all worth it. I know this is part of the job, so hopefully we get out of the way now, so fight week, all I gotta do is focus on the fight. The fight between us? No, because we had spoken about it. Like, when we did that face-off in the ring, everyone thought like that was the first time we had talked about it. No, our teams were already like negotiating. We already knew that fight was gonna come first. Be my first fight with MVP, so yeah, she probably did just want to focus on it, but yeah, it's a fight we both always wanted, so we're getting it done. No, I can see why she would say that because we both have had like very great careers, right? But we both have had hiccups. Since my hiccup, I came back and I had 2 fights with Sandy Ryan, who was the name everyone thought she was going to go on to be the undisputed welterweight champion and all that. So I took that from her. jumped up to super welterweight and took on Mary Spencer. So I've sort of had that like comeback fight, which we all need, right? We all need that for our own self, and then also just for this very critical public of boxing fans that we have, right? So yeah, I think that she doesn't just need me, like she wants a challenge like me, right? And that's why I respect her to an extent, because that's how we fight. We're those kind of fighters. We want the biggest and best fight. So, but I also need her because I want to continue on and to fight the best. That's what I've always wanted to do. I've done it thus far, but I don't want to stop. I'm not the type who wants a little, filler fight here and there. I want to keep the momentum going. I got 6 fights left in this game, and they all got to count.
And that is what makes Cameron versus Mayer so difficult to predict. Cameron has the pressure and experience of an undisputed champion, while Mayer has the technical tools and adaptability of a fighter who has successfully moved through multiple divisions. If Cameron can turn this into a physical, high-pressure contest, she has a real chance of controlling the fight. But if Mayer establishes her jab early, manages the distance, and keeps Cameron from setting her feet, she could dictate the action from the outside. One thing is certain: on August 29th, fans are getting much more than a title fight. They are getting a collision between two elite fighters with something to prove.